Oh, I mean, there's cameras recording right now. Yeah. So yeah, no, so that's what we get into everything and everything.
Okay, because it will come when I will explain to you when it comes to what happened.
Okay, so then right now, so as you can tell, we got that camera right there. That one's gonna be rolling, and then we got another camera over here, and then I have this camera over here. So this camera here is just facing pretty much me, so that way, it records me. That one's gonna be recording your face. That's pretty much catching everything.
But just like for now, he wants to talk about how it all started.
Yeah, he wants to joke with that. So that's what. Yeah. So.
I think he knows a little bit.
Yeah, you know. So then, all right. So we're back here. With now I have Antonio here. He was introduced to me by my boy over here, Jesus. So everybody, this is Antonio. Okay, Antonio's gonna tell his story about what happened to him, which is very interesting to us, and we want to hear his story. Like I said, I've always told everybody and anybody that's come across me, I've always told them, like, we all have our own personal story. We all write our own story of life. So whatever happens to me can't happen to anybody else because I'm the only one living, in my own soul, my own body vessel. You know what I mean? So when Jesus showed me your video about your story and stuff like that, it was really very interesting, and I was very intrigued about it. So now we're sitting here together having this conversation. Like I said, you know what I mean? We're here to find out what happened to you, and just so that I can ask questions about what happened.
The best way to learn is to ask me questions. Anything you want to know what happened to me.
And then you said it started back when what, you were 7?
Okay, this started I believe in 1956.
So what started back in 1956?
Started I live in a town called Robles. Okay. And what happened to me, it kicked me. Okay. Yes, it knocked me out completely.
Were you fighting with them? Were you going around fighting with him? Okay.
We're teaching the donkey. We used to go over there and it was fun. It was a mango field, big mango, giant mango.
Yeah.
So they were so heavy to drop to the ground. Yeah. So it's easier for us to pick up the mangoes from the ground than from the tree. Okay. So what happened is we're teaching the donkeys, also playing around the donkey, trying to get rid of the donkey. So it happened that I pulled the tail of the donkey. and it kicked me. Like, knocked me out completely off.
Where to kick you? Like where?
It's in my head here. I have a little crack still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it healed a long time.
Yeah.
But it still hurts a little bit when I press. It hurts a little bit. Yeah.
So you never went to the doctor to get it checked?
No, we're too poor to the doctor. I mean, I live around, there was no hospital. The only hospital was in Mazatlán.
How far was that?
About maybe 15 miles.
Oh,
it's a little town around Mazatlán.
You guys didn't have a car?
We didn't have a burro.
He's like, yeah. Hey, but that made you appreciate what you have now, huh?
It sure did, and really appreciate everything that I have right now. I mean, but I haven't worked hard for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And starting when the donkey kicked me, right? And when it kicked me, knocked me out complete. Okay, then suddenly I felt that I was above on my body. And
like
I came out of the body, and and I saw myself bleeding on the ground. Okay, and on top of that, what really scared me most, I was 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
So my body translucent, I could see right through it. And you would say, how could I see it with a body because I didn't have a body.
Right.
So I could see everything around me 360 degrees up and down everywhere. Okay. And I just can't explain how I could see.
Yeah.
And what happened is that I saw my friends, everything was translucent.
Okay.
Even my body had an aura around my body, like a shield around my body. And I still do not. I think it was something of to keep everything intact.
Right.
Okay. But actually, I could see right through it. I could even see right through the ground.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
trees, my friends, the donkeys, everything that I see had, was trans, but everything I see had a shield around it, like an aura around it.
Right. So you think that was like, because when people talk about having like out of body experiences, you know what I mean? Like where you leave your body, some people say like you still are connected, like some say like an umbilical cord type thing, right? But like it's when you're saying like that you see people like look like they have like an aura or like a shield around them. I don't know if that's for like when you have an out of body experience, it's like protecting from anything else coming into your body as your soul left, like or something like that.
Well, I was outside my body. I was not inside.
So that was been your soul?
So no, I think that was my body. I think I was seeing the fear of the body in the atom.
Yeah, in the atom molecular form. Yeah.
Form, okay.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh wow.
Okay. I couldn't see myself at all. I mean, I couldn't see my hands and nothing. I mean, I was sort of like energy.
Right. Okay.
And everything I saw, my friends and I seen. I even, like I was telling my students, I even see them when they were yelling. I can see the molecules vibrating.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the
sound waves coming out. Yeah. Okay.
The way you explained to me the aura was like that keeps you all intact.
Yeah.
In physical form.
In a physical form.
Like if that aura wasn't there, like
you really like oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to come to it. No.
It takes me apart.
No, let's take that. It helps a lot of people that, like my English not that well, but
no.
But it did. I mean, it looked like everything. It has an aura around it. It keeps everything track. Even the Earth has an aura around it.
Right.
I don't know if the Earth is a living identity. I'm not sure. Okay.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it's really like full of life if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think everything, ants, all animals have an aura.
Yeah, they do.
And I think everything living thing has some kind of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But well, step 2 is that after I saw myself, I actually was. I mean, within down mid-seconds, and I was above the Earth. I was looking at the Earth. Okay? And I saw little sparkles of lights coming up from all over the planet. Like living things that lived and died. Away. Okay. And
at the same time, como cuando te estaba pasando a ti, como que estaban saliendo más
en diferentes partes
del mundo.
De la planeta.
Del planeta.
Sí.
Sí, como que estaban saliendo, como que tú eras tu aura, mirabas y como que iban saliendo little lights así de toda la
planeta. Como living thing que just died.
Sí.
La muerte que se mueren. Y salieron.
They were sending out.
Y estaba mirando todo Universal.
Pero entonces, se miraba oscuro, así como dicen que está oscuro.
No. Es como algo como la luz así, pero más dim.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I can explain it to you. Have you seen, ¿has mirado antes cuando los TV se iban y se quedaban en el screen?
Yeah, static. The static.
Se miraba, pero you can see the forms of everything.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I mean, that's strange, okay.
Yeah.
Bueno, pues entonces, cuando ya estaba arriba, pues miraba todo around 360 degrees. Miraba galaxies, planetas, black holes. No, en serio.
¿Y eso ya cuando tenían 6, 7 años o todo?
Yo no sabía entonces qué era.
Sí.
Yo no te estoy explicando porque ya estoy grande.
Y ahora sí ya sabes ponerle el nombre a las cosas que estamos mirando.
Sí.
Okay.
Y entonces de repente había una luz. Como, si es el laser light, algo así como, y todos lo metimos en ese laser light, como que lo levantó. That sucked into it. Y como yo digo que mucho que dicen que es un tunnel light. Pero no es tunnel light.
No, ¿qué es?
Pure energy de todo que era
So
it's made of energy. All living things have died. Forms that light.
Yeah.
No me sé si estaba explicando bien.
No, sí, como que dices que salen.
Vamos a decir que es una luz, como un flashlight. Y esa luz es pura electricidad, ¿no? Pura energy, right? Pues toda esa energy es pura gente que está muerta. No.
And where's the light? So the light is like, cuando subiste la light, se miraba
Se miraba que
nomás iba moviendo.
iba moviéndose y nosotros were sucked into it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we joined that light.
And then what happened after that? Where'd you go?
Okay.
You were on the ride?
The way in sail, where time, there's no time.
There's no time. Yeah,
Okay.
There's no time.
So muy de repente,
Uh-huh.
llegamos, we came to an eye. At the end of the universe, we came to a stop.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And that eye is pure energy. The same energy from that eye is made from the laser light.
Uh-huh.
So that means the whole energy
Uh-huh.
is all living data of everything that exists.
Uh-huh. So is that, sí. Entonces, como dicen, the great, the eye of Ra, because they just been talking about the eye of Ra.
Yeah.
No recuerdas cómo se miraba el ojo. Like la forma,
no se mira como un ojo, really un ojo. It's a ball of energy. So like, it look like, if you see it from far away, it's like plasma, like a pure energy.
Yeah, pure energy. Like the lava lamps? Like the lava lamps?
It's like the sun.
Yeah, the sun. Okay.
Okay. You know how the sun gives
flares? Yeah.
Flares into it. Okay. But when we came to a stop, the light que veníamos stopped breaking apart in particles.
Sí.
And each particle is all the living things that die.
Uh-huh.
It disintegrates most of it. And then we all try to go into the eye.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like I was telling them, it's like sperm trying to fertilize.
Yeah, that's what just popped into my head. Like when I was about to say that, it's like when like you're having sperm trying to like, you know, fucking what's it called?
Fertilizer.
Yeah, fertilize an egg. Yeah, that's what I was like when you said like it breaks into atoms and it's like, so is that the explanation when people, you know, when like movies they show like a baby being born and it's always like a tunnel like how you're saying, it looks like a tunnel of light coming out and then the baby like they show I don't know if you ever no mira películas así que cuando están haciendo un bebé que va saliendo así sale y mira a todos los doctors y ya nació, ¿no? Y que abre los ojos acá like oh snaps. Like, ¿tú crees que eso es lo que sigue después de eso?
No te entiendo.
Como cuando dicen, así como dices tú, que cuando te mueres, entras al túnel de la luz, ¿no? Que es así como dice la gente, ¿no?
Pero no es túnel.
Sí, ya sé, ahora tu explicación sí no es túnel, pero como te digo para explicarte, dice la gente, cuando te mueres te metes, you see the tunnel of light, no, pero dicen también que cuando naces, la primera cosa que miras es que vienes saliendo y vienes pasando por el túnel de la luz, porque se va abriendo.
Esas son las historias que yo he pasado.
Otro también, oh, damn, yeah, oh, damn. Yeah, oh, sounds, okay.
About that eye that he's talking about, he said when you go to it, like you become a collective to the eye, like you're part of it. You are that eye.
Okay, once you go into the eye, okay, I mean, you try many times. Okay, and when it's not your time, they'll put you back out. They'll put you back out. Eventually, you're allowed to go into the eye.
Well, but when it pushes you out, where do you go?
No, you try to go in until eventually what?
So then do you get pretty much stuck there?
You stuck until you're allowed to go in because only one at a time can go in.
And that's when it's your time.
And when it's your time to go in, they'll let you go in. Oh, now, once you go in, okay?
Yeah.
It no longer look like an eye.
Yeah.
It look more like a brain.
But you said it looks like a brain, pero dices it looks like a brain like when we see them in anatomy books, like it looks like a brain, or you're talking more like cuando enseña the
it's like
neurons, you know how the neurons?
Yeah.
This is like
exactly. It looked like that. It's on a triangle base or rectangles and it's solid, right?
And it's all
and each one have three and you go by 3, 6, 3, 9, 6 like that.
The Nikola Tesla is the Nikola Tesla theory.
Yeah.
That's the Nikola Tesla theory. You see what I'm saying? The 3, 6, 9, yeah.
And you go over the whole, I don't know, what you want to call it, brain, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, but before I tell you that, people believe they see God. And like I said, I mentioned my story. I never saw God.
Okay.
And my mind saying, well, that brain must have been God.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you leave from the earth, you still know your identity.
Okay.
Okay. You know I'm Antonio. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But once you go into the brain, okay, you are observed. All the memories you have will no longer you're that person.
That's where you change.
That's where you change. You're erased, not erased for eternity, but erase your memories, who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand what?
It's not like Men in Black when they do the little shoom and they raise your whole memory types. Yeah.
You observe, you somehow they take your memories.
It's like you're like como que la brain esa te saca todas las memorias and it takes it for itself.
It's like the ant or the bee going collect and come back. That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, you know how the bees go and
collect the pollen. Yeah.
Bring it back to the queen.
Yep.
That's the easy way to explain.
So that we go out and collect memories and then bring it back to the queen so that we can reset.
Reset. Exactly.
So that queen basically feeds off our life experience.
Yes. We're a source of energy for them. Wherever it is they create us, we are energy for them. We make that wherever it is to live.
So you see how I remember how I told you about the song? There's actually an artist that I listen to. There's an artist group. They're called Suicide Boys, but they're very explicit and they got their own personal thoughts in them. But there's one song that I was listening to that they added a little clip to it that said, "Gods envy us as humans because as humans we're able to feel." And we know that we have an end. So everything in this world becomes more beautiful to us because we know that at some point we're going to die. When you're God, you know you're God. You never die. So remember, or like if you ever like have visions and then like, or remember dreams and you're like, oh, I remember like I saw this store and the name of the store was this, or I saw a street name and this was the name of the street, you know, like we can definitely try to look up things to try to pinpoint because then from there, like we can find like how you're saying, like I don't have proof, but like maybe that way we're able to dig up proof and we're able to say like, well, how is it that Antonio knows this person's name and he knows that they died here in this place, like because of this. And he's here with us, telling us that he had a dream about this. You know?
I also want to tell you something, like I told you. Okay, remember I was telling you that it's like sperm fertilization.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody went there.
Mm-hmm.
Bala didn't come out. Okay, I was telling them, well, I mean, is there a hell or there's a heaven?
Right.
And I understand there's no hell.
There's no hell.
Oh no, you delete for eternity. Even though you're in there and you lose your memory, you still you have identity. Okay, Okay. When you're in there, if you do something that you're not supposed to do, or you're judged. Wait, I don't know who judged you.
Right.
You are deleted for eternity. The energy is left is reused again.
So they recycle your energy, but then they release your entity. Yeah.
And I believe heaven is where we are. Nothing is a gift. I think we're in heaven. Okay. Everybody looks for heaven. I think we are.
Yeah, because I think like because one of the things too is like how people say reincarnation as an animal, right? People say like you can sometimes be reincarnated as an animal, but now as an animal you don't have the way to learn how to speak, you know, or how to interact with people like that. You can only talk to another animal that's part of your, you know, herd or whatever, you know, your own animals. And as a human, now we have the ability to learn. We can learn, we can talk amongst each other, like we can create, you know, like families, communities, colonies, you know, like all this stuff. And how you're saying, like, it's a gift to be able for us to be able to walk as humans, to be like finally allowed like a human soul and be able to experience this other things.
Human soul. I think I mean we call ourselves humans, we have a human soul, but the ants also have a soul. The beetles has a soul. Everything has energy. It's made from the same energy we are made of.
So then that means that there's no such thing as a soul. Everything's just an energy. Everybody's just one big old bundle of energy.
Remember I was telling you that once you die, everything died goes into that light.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So well.
Everything's made of the same energy that we are made.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't mean the ant. We're talking about the crow, right?
Yeah.
The crow has a little brain.
Right.
Okay. But it's as small as a 5 years old. 5 years
or
old.
6 years
How
old.
could that be a small brain like this have an intelligence almost like a 5 year old?
Oh, really? Wow.
A dolphin.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Some birds are pretty intelligent.
Mm. No, they are.
You know, I mean, some little bug animal, like one of those cucarachas, have intelligence.
Yeah. They said those can survive like atomic bombs and stuff like that. That's great.
Now think about it. Okay. I mean, we think we're at top of the chain, but maybe not, because I've seen a lot of species throughout the universe.
Yeah.
We're not the only species, and just because we think that we existed for centuries, for this planet has been here for millions of years.
Yeah, but you said that there was different species in the universe?
Yeah, there are many different species and intelligence.
When you say species in the universe, so you're talking outside of just our planet Earth?
Yes.
Yeah.
There used to be species here in different us before.
Yeah.
And in my mind, and when that happened to me, I saw, like I told the students, I seen images walking around the earth.
Images walking around?
Yeah.
What kind of images?
Like giants, dinosaurs.
Oh, stop.
They leave the residue of their existence.
Yeah.
Planet. That's something. Maybe that's why people say I saw a ghost. But you probably did say it's an energy that's like.
Yeah. So it's like you're breaking like that fourth dimension, like when you're like for a split second of breaking that fourth dimension where you're able to actually allow for us to be able to catch the glimpse of that. Because I've noticed that, man, there's like sometimes when I'll be recording the sky, like I'll be like a certain zoom and you can't really see anything, but then you zoom in a little bit more and it's like boom, like this pops up. Like when I showed you the streaks when I don't know if I sent you that video when I was coming back home. I was coming back home and I looked at the sky and I'm like, I can see streaks, like there was like planes, like 3 planes flew by. Then I turned on the camera and it looked gray. It looked like there was a bunch of clouds. Then I zoomed in a little bit and then the sky cleared up, it went black, and then you just see the 3 little lines just like going down. I'm like, what the hell? And I zoomed that back out and it's the same thing. Yeah. So I think it's like we develop like a sense of like focus within our eyes to be able to see things that may not be there. You know what I mean? To not be easy to see by the naked eye.
I'm sure we see it through our eyes.
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not.
So what are you seeing it through then?
Yeah.
To the energy that we have and that creates our existence.
Mm-hmm.
Am I explaining to you right?
Yeah, no, you are. Okay. Yeah. No, you are. Yeah.
Okay. You're pure energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can see without your eyes. How could I see everything that I have no eyes?
Right, because you're saying that he was an energy, like how you're saying, like he was an energy and he was able to see everything in 360. But if you're an energy with no eyeballs, then how are you actually able to physically see?
Yes.
So then technically, are you saying like, are we actually seeing through our eyes, or we think we're seeing through our eyes?
Exactly.
But it's like, all right, because we were taught by a book to tell us your eyes, they're for seeing and your ears are for hearing, right? But no one's talked about in an energy aspect, like, do we really just see through our eyes? You know what I mean? Like how we say like empaths, right? Someone that feels other people's like emotions and feelings, right? You don't need to see them. They can just walk into the room and you can be like, okay, someone's in here that's doesn't feel good or doesn't feel right.
Have you ever tell somebody watching you in the back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you know somebody is watching you in the back? How do you know somebody has a mic for you? You know. Remember, to us, we're solid. You're solid. He's solid. Mm-hmm. Others are solid. You don't need your eyes to see. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't need your ears to hear. Yeah, you can see everything without your eyes. You can be blind and see at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I've heard about that. Like a lot of people, like Beethoven. When Beethoven wrote his last symphony, he was deaf. He was deaf. He was actually going deaf as he was writing his symphony. The last symphony he put out, he was completely deaf.
Remember the sound I was telling you? I could
The 360.
I could when the kids were yelling.
Yeah.
I could see the vibration of the atoms.
Yeah.
Okay, the sound coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You understand?
Yeah. No, I understand.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
But I could see the vibration.
You could see the vibration, the sound waves coming out.
I don't know if Beethoven had that gift. I don't know.
You probably do. You probably do have a gift. But I mean, I don't know exactly what kind of gift you hold, but there's a gift that you have. Because like for you to be able to experience that, that's just not, it's definitely something that I've heard and read. We've read, you know, like where even the government uses like, you know, people that are able to have out-of-body experiences to be able to infiltrate different military bases. Like, because they're like, oh, you can come out of your body? Cool. Like, I need you to come out of your body, and these are the coordinates for a place that I need you to go to. Go inside this base and try to read their map. And like, they actually do that with the government. So that's why like you telling me that you had, like, you saw yourself and you were able to kind of see everything and everyone. Trust me, like, there's evidence out there about people actually physically being able to do that and actually physically being able to like tell themselves like, okay, I'm going to lay down and I'm going to have this experience, out of body experience. So you might be able to learn meditations that will allow you to put you in a mental state where you can pull yourself out of your body, but you have control over it now. That time, it's like you got kicked by the donkey and it's like, boom, like, and then you went out there and you're like, whoa, like, what is going on? And then because you didn't know, no sabías cómo se llamaban, que los planetas, no sabías qué era esto y aquello, porque estabas muy pequeño. Pero ya que estás ya más mayor y ya tienes más educación, que puedas decir, ¿sabes qué? I want to have one of these experiences. And you're able to put yourself in the experience. Now you can say, like, now that I'm here, what can I do? Wow. Where can I go?
You have to wait for his other stories when he puts them on YouTube for that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pero it's interesting. But I wish I knew people that you know, that happens. I don't think I'm the only one.
You're not.
But because I think there's I can't explain it to you. Like people say they see God, they see their parents, because they see their loved ones after you die. I didn't see nothing like
you
that.
Didn't see nothing.
I mean.
I think are you able to remember like when you were seeing everything? You know, like how you told me, like I came out of my body and it was a 360 view. Now you're telling me that you were able to see everything, no? But now, were you able to feel anything? Like, did you feel happy? Did you feel lost? Did you feel scared? Did you feel like confused?
Well, I was confused. I had no fear, but because that's before I went to the eye.
Okay.
It was me who was going in there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I knew who I was then. I was little Toñito. And I knew who I was. But once I was in there, okay, it's like closing your eyes and don't think anything. Okay. More. Okay. And then when I came back, I went to the same body. Okay. And I believe everything is everything that walks on the planet here.
Yeah.
Okay. Leaves a trace of himself. Okay. Maybe while that came back into my mind and brought me back.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. You know. So I don't know.
I feel like if people would think like you, how you said, like people still leave their energy and their entity. You will never. People will never feel alone. You know what I mean?
Let me explain to you. I came through that door, sat down right here. I left a trace coming down. If you're dead, your dad passed away, right?
What?
You say your dad passed away?
No, not my dad. No, I'm saying like people. I'm saying people like.
Okay, let's say somebody that you know.
My grandma. Yeah.
Your grandma passed away. You go back where she used to live. Her trace is still there.
Yeah. It feels like you feel their home. Like it feels like.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a trace, but it's not her. I can't explain to you. It's just a trace, but there. I mean.
It's like so it's like I have a tattoo.
If you go back in time, if you're able to go back in time, you'll see her.
Right.
Okay. And whatever she's doing, I don't know. I mean,
It's like you can. No. It's like well, no, I understand what you're saying. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, it's like how, like you're saying, going to grandma's house, right? Like you can go into your grandma's old kitchen, right? You can sit there and just look back and sit back and be like, I remember my grandma was walking by there, grabbed the coffee pot, and then she accidentally like slipped and freaking tossed it and said something out loud. You know what I mean? Like how when movies like show when people walk into houses and then you have like the old like it like goes back in time, right? And then you see like their parents come out, like they're like little memories, you know what I mean? I feel like that's like how I can compare it to what you're saying, like that their aura is still there. You know what I mean? Like how like how us talking right here, right now, right, having this conversation, recording this podcast, this energy is gonna stay here. You know what I mean? So every time when when you decide to come back, and then like I spend a lot of time with him. You know what I mean? So it's like when we come back in here, we can sit in here and we're like, oh, remember when Toño was here? Like when we were talking about his story, bro. Remember how he cracked up about this and cracked up about that? Like, and we went and talking about this. That energy still lives here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I understand you on that. Yeah. Now, and I know you said that when you went back into your body, like you didn't remember anybody. Like it was very hard. So how did you cope with that? Or cómo le hiciste? Like le dijiste a tus like your grandparents and your parents like I don't remember you, or like your cousin like I don't know who you are, or did you just kind of like go along with it?
No, I didn't say it because at that time I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw my friend Maria, worried about me, but I didn't know it was her. Mm-hmm. I saw my grandma coming to pick me up. I didn't know it was my grandma.
Yeah.
Until maybe a day or two later on, I started to remember who she was.
So stuff started coming back to you.
Yeah, so I don't know if she has a donkey. Took me out, or maybe I was not. I don't know.
So then maybe you weren't Toñito.
Like another soul came back?
Maybe another soul came back.
You're another soul, not the original Toñito?
No, the original Toñito. I don't know.
Oh, there.
I'm trying to tell you.
So then how does that make you feel about your own personal identity then?
I mean,
do you ever question like how you're saying like
I question myself sometimes my existence. Yeah, I do it. And I question myself. I remember things that I did many times before. Yeah. What I done this before. I mean,
like deja vu type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember the big wall of China. I remember. I remember a chain. I watched the name Chain. Yeah. I was actually I was a butcher of the emperor.
You're the butcher of the emperor. Yeah. Oh, snap!
To cut their heads off and enjoy it too.
Wow. Yes, sir. Yeah. I can't wait to.
But the thing is, I really don't know why I exist.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I don't know why I was given a second chance. I don't know because I was not deleted for eternity.
Right.
Somehow I came back.
Well, because I remember you said like when you do something that's wrong or that you weren't supposed to do, you get deleted.
Okay.
Now
all those energy goes into the eye. Mm-hmm. I'd say 80-90% they're deleted. Very few come back.
Yeah.
And because I mean, you're like a cancer brain.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you are deleted because they don't
want whatever your entity brings to the energy.
They're like a virus source.
Like a virus. It's like a computer.
It's
a computer.
Yeah. It just wants to get rid of it before.
Before it corrupts the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, but what was the first dream you had after?
When I was Abraham. My name was I'm okay. I was
like Abraham.
My name was not a father. Okay. Well, my first dream what happened is that sleeping on the floor and got up and I went to a closet. I was living with my aunt and she got married to somebody from Tucson.
Yeah.
And so he built her a house and have a living room and closet and a porch with a car to park. Okay? And so I got up and bathrooms are outside there. Outside, so this, you know how the Mexico.
Yeah. Afuera, yeah.
So I have to pass through a room, okay? And then there's a closet, but there's lights in there, you know. So I was here, I was pointing out, so I went there and saw like coffin, and I had candle in each corner, and I tipped over, and there was some men there, and army uniform, and
In the closet?
in the closet. The closet was pretty big. So the I saw him, and I for a second I thought it was me.
I know it's like you see a company, you're like, yeah.
And it was like 45 years old. Yeah. And then I saw a bag there like this.
Yeah.
And an iron bag.
Yeah.
And then I saw pictures of him and his wife and kids. Okay. And then also I was flying an airplane.
You're flying an airplane?
Flying an airplane. And I was in World War II. And I collided with the enemy. Died.
You like crashed into the.
With straight hand on the airplane. I died.
Was it an American soldier? Or was
Yes, American.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my name is Abraham Beneneski.
Abraham Beneneski. Yeah.
Beneneski. And that was my name.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I crashed, I died. And woke me up. Later on, I had another dream.
Yeah.
The same dream. I lived. I had a wife, and my wife's Anastasia. Yeah. And through all my life, I had a family with her and everything. It's a long story.
Yeah.
But by the end, in 1945, died, and I was reborn in 1945 again. Okay? And that's when I got killed when we dropped the atomic bomb. Now we're going back to my journey.
So, and you remember, so then you were as a military man, and then you got disintegrated.
I got disintegrated.
Yeah, and then after that, you went back.
And then came back in 1949 when I was born.
When you were born. And then, okay, so then now, that was so the first stream was the one where you saw the military man, and then from there, you started many dreams. Now, but you're saying from there, when you saw him, and you were going through pictures and stuff, and then you ended up flying the plane, that was within that same dream?
No, the first dream, I just dreamed that I was in the coffin there.
So you were in the coffin?
Abraham was in the coffin.
Oh, so you had dreamed yourself being dead in the coffin. But Abraham. Yeah.
Which, remember, this was 1956.
Yeah.
That man was there in 1945.
Yeah.
I don't
so
know.
You were ahead of time. Yeah.
I don't know if it's expensive.
Yeah, no, so you were having you were living a life of 1945 when you were in 1956.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in 1956, after the donkey kick,
yeah.
went to the closet with the man laying down on the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Dead man.
Yeah. That was Abraham.
That was Abraham. Later on, I didn't know who it was then.
Oh, you didn't know who it was then?
I wanted to know it was then until later on I started having dreams about him.
And then you said, oh, okay, so then you started having more dreams about him.
Yes.
Oh, snap, something you were seeing. It's like, how does that?
I don't know. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
So it's like you were traveling back on time.
I was going back in time. I don't know if my mind it was real reincarnation, or my mind was traveling back into Abraham's body. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right. And then after that was just the dreams about Abraham, or did you have?
No, I had a lot of dreams about Tika, Kanini, Eric.
But it's not. It's not like it's dreams, but it's past lives he lived.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So that's what it's crazy. Like how he's saying, like he was in 1956, like flying planes like in 1940 something, 45. You know what I mean? Like
I wish my aunt was still alive. Jack was still alive. I think I blew his mind, Jack. Yeah.
You're blowing my mind right now. I was like, I'm sitting right here. I'm like, holy smokes.
Well, I was telling this. Next, I went back to. I was scared seeing the man, so I went back in between Uncle Jack and Tia Karina in the tree because I was scared.
Yeah.
So I told him I'm scared. I have a nightmare. So I said, I can here, man. I take care of you. In the morning I woke up, and then tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Not to explain to them about I never seen an airplane.
Yeah.
I told them, I was flying a machine. I have a lever here, 3 gates, and I told them what happened. And Jack was listening to me. So how could this kid say, 10-year-old know about an airplane he never seen one?
Yeah, exactly.
In Mexico, how many airplanes there is? Yeah, that little town. Yeah. I know it was an airplane. I don't know what kind of machine it was, but I know flying there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like nowadays you can go on Google and you see all this.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
No, nobody fucking know that shit.
Yeah. So I didn't know anything about it. I was 26.
Yeah.
I was born in 1949. This happened in 1956. I know for sure 1956 now, because my sister was born in 1956. When my mom and my dad got together, they had another kid.
Which was your sister? Okay.
Okay. And well, that's what happened.
Yeah. So then, and then how we had asked, like, so after the donkey kick, and then you started having all these dreams. Did that change? Did that change your life? Like, how do you live life not explaining or talking to someone about it?
No, because for a certain time, I didn't know what was real, what was not.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dream was so real.
Yeah.
Okay, I had 2 families at the same time. My dream and my real lifetime. I didn't know which one was real. And
so it's like
I was between reality and the dream.
And the dream.
Yeah.
So it's like you would wake up and you would be Antonito, and then you would go to bed and you're living a completely different life, like as a grown up.
No, this happened when I was a grown up.
Oh, this started happening.
I was in my teenage years. When I was married with my first wife and second wife, I have an affair with my dream wife. It's awful. Sometimes I until I realized that it took a long time to realize that I was only having dreams.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And then so now you're saying you're writing books. You wrote books, and you're gonna write more.
I got a book called Mataka.
Mataka?
In Amazon, I was a slave girl in 1800. And I explained what happened to my father and mother. They killed them because the massacre raped me, and I was only 9 years old.
Holy shit. And you said you have a book on Amazon?
Yeah.
Mataha?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find the book on Amazon. Mataha? Was it M-A-T-A-H-A?
M-A-T-A-H-A.
Mataha.
And I found I think it's an Arabic name. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Mataha.
I think it's like, I can't remember right now what it means, but it means something.
Yeah. Okay.
But like say, even now I have dreams that like I told you, I'm down on the ground and I get up and everything's destroyed completely.
Yo, but are all your dreams like from back in time, or do you think you're like you go to a different dimension and you're seeing that as time right now?
Definitely don't know. I really don't know. I'm just telling you what.
So when you go back, let's say like when you go back like to the 1940s, like, do you recall, like, for example, when you were on the plane, right, in the 1940s, do you recall seeing like older buildings from that time?
Yeah.
Or like it's like if you were here in Tucson, something here in Tucson, like you're seeing like the buildings that are now here in Tucson, or like buildings that come from that time. Okay, so everything's back from that exact time.
Yeah, so he's told me more stuff. I was wondering about the others.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's other life too that have before human beings exist.
You had life before human beings?
Yeah.
So then what was it before human beings?
Reptiles. They're
okay.
They're different species of plant species. They're intelligent species. Okay, and there is life throughout the universe, that we think that we're the center of the universe. We're not.
We're definitely not, and I have a strong belief on that we don't. because of the fact that we cannot be the only living species that has the smarts and the knowledge that we have to be able to develop our brains. And then the thing is, like, scientifically speaking, they say that we only use 10% of our brains. So, like, if we only use 10% of our brains, imagine if our brains were running at 100%. Like, what kind of intelligence would we have? Like, what kind of development would we have as humans? You know?
Their species so advanced that they become energy too.
They become energy? That's how advanced they are?
Yeah.
So, like,
There's a species called Neos, the Guardians. There's so many species. Yeah. Neos are so like they're so like a Homo sapiens, but different.
Really?
Yeah, but they're advanced, way advanced. Okay.
Oh,
their species look like mushrooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are those called? Oh, do you know?
They're called genos. There's reptiles species.
Mm.
Okay. There's so much there in the universe.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I'm happy that you were able to come by and like talk to us about your donkey story. Because, like I said, when I first heard your donkey story, I was like, "Whoa, this is very interesting. This is very unique."
Now they're going to think I'm more crazy than before.
So the thing is, like, yo, I mean, if they think you're crazy, then what are they gonna think of us for believing you? You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, "You're all crazy." You know what I mean? But the thing is, like,
I'm just telling you the story of what happened to me.
Right? No,
I don't know. It could be that. My mind's making it up. I don't know.
No, it's happening.
It could be.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. You know what I mean? You're not the only one because I've even heard stories of like little kids being born and they're like 5 years old and they start talking to their parents and stuff, and then they go on and like they can talk different languages. Like there was one that I seen a kid talk Russian, and they're like, "How does this kid know Russian? Like, how do you know Russian words? Like, you're learning English. Like, where did you get Russian from?" And then he tells them like, "Oh, well, I remember like." Yeah, I remember that I used to work in like in a military base, and like I used to fly planes, and I used to do like drive cars or like stuff like that. Like, and it's like, are you saying like, how is it that this little kid can describe a military base and he's never been in one or never drove in that military vehicle, but he can tell you what it looks like?
My bad.
No, you're gonna know.
Or that other one where that like it was a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
he was telling his parents the first, middle, and last name of this one guy. And the parents were like, "What are you talking about? You're not that guy. You're not that guy." They went and Googled it, and the little kid is right before they Googled it, what he looked like and what he did. And he was like somewhere in Europe or something. Mm-hmm. And he says like that he was him back then, and he just came back.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not the only one. So that's what I'm telling you. Like, no matter what anybody else thinks about the interview, you know what I mean? We're looking for the ones that think like us. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole purpose of these interviews. You know what I mean? Like, because I've had my own personal experience. You know what I mean? And people are gonna think that I'm crazy. Like, you heard the sounds, right? Anybody else that's listening to the sounds, they're gonna be like, you're gonna look at me like, yo, like, are you possessed? Do I need to call? Like, do I need to get like take you to get like demons out of me because it sounds like crazy, man? But like, if I show those kind of sounds to like a shaman or something, like they'll be like, okay, like let me listen, let me find out what it was, because they'll know other things. So that's the whole purpose of the interview, is for us to be able to find individuals that think just like us and maybe have answers to some of the things that we've talked about, because the whole knowledge aspect of this. We want to know, we want to know, and we want to know what people did to either understand, what happened to Toño, you know what I mean? Especially by having all these dreams and being able to remember stuff that's happened in his previous lives. If someone knows stuff like that, let us know in the comments and things like that. And then, Antonio will be there on the YouTube page. I'll tag his channel so that we guys can check out all his videos. Like he said, he got a lot of other stuff coming up. He has his books that he's written, and things like that. You guys are going to be able to find all that stuff. And we would love to have you back once you make, write some more of those stories, man. And we can sit back and just talk about that story, you know what I mean? Because I really love, the energy that we were able to create in here amongst us to be able to talk about this. And I thank you personally, because I know it's out of your comfort zone, to come out here and be in front of a camera and start recording and talking about your own personal stuff. You know what I mean? So I very much am very thankful for you to be here with us today. Do you have any other questions for him before we call it today?
Oh, so he always asks me questions.
Yeah, I know, but now he's gonna be like, "We'll leave it for the camera." I'm gonna leave it for the camera.
We're recording that work.
I know, I seriously, you know. All right. No, and I thank you so much, Antonio.
You're welcome, man.
All right. I'm gonna shut these cameras out. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. And if you have any answers for us, let us know. Shoot me a message or comment and let us know what's up. We'll be all over the socials to try to get these answers. All right. See y'all later.